and welcome to Pink with an Egyptian. I'm your girl, Pink Isis, and on this channel, we learn, we grow, we thrive, we teach, and we become the best versions of ourselves on this channel. Today, we have a very important topic to talk about. Trigger warning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So today we're going to talk about tips and exercises to help us heal from sexual abuse. And as we know, sexual abuse comes in many forms. It can be sexual assault, sexual battery, rape, molestation, and so many more. Today we will learn a few techniques to aid us in healing the part of ourselves that was stolen, mishandled, or taken away. I want you to know that you can get every version of yourself back. And you can also shine brighter than you ever have before. At the end of this video, I will do a channeled healing exercise. And this is going to be a very fun exercise because I'm not only going to talk to you, but I'm also going to talk to you at the age that you were when this abuse occurred. So this is going to be a very healing video, very healing conversation, very healing topic. Also going to show that inner child everything that he or she needs to become the best version of yourself. All right, so if you're ready, let's get into it. Every year, 1 out of 6 American women has been the victim of an attempted or completed rape in her lifetime. About 3% of American men, or 1 in 33 men, have experienced an attempted or completed rape in their lifetime. Now, these are just some statistics for us. I wanted to shine a light on the statistics before I get into the tips, because sexual abuse is more common than not. And most of us actually know at least one person who has experienced sexual abuse in their lifetime. And today we're going to find the tips to heal from sexual abuse. All right, so the first step in healing yourself from sexual abuse or sexual trauma is forgiving yourself. And the reason why I say forgive yourself, I know that we're always taught to forgive the perpetrator or forgive this, but the first thing you must do in this healing process is forgive yourself. And why? Because a lot of times when we are victims of sexual abuse or sexual trauma, we internalize it in a sense that it's our fault. And a lot of us internalize it in many different ways. Some of our voice is taken away. We stop speaking our truth. We stop believing in ourselves. We begin to shame and guilt trip ourselves. But in order for us to successfully complete this healing journey, you must first forgive yourself. So right now, I want you to say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for what happened, and I accept myself as I am. The guilt and the shame is not your fault, but that's what the perpetrator wants you to believe. The perpetrator wants you to go in hiding. The perpetrator wants you to feel guilt and shameful. The perpetrator wants you to hate your body, hate your physical appearance. The perpetrator wants you to not be able to tap into your creativity and not ever have a happy life because the perpetrator is not happy. The perpetrator does not know him or herself. The perpetrator is not in control of themselves, and that is why they had to take or steal something from you. But I want to let you know today, there are ways to heal from this, and you will heal from this, and you will become whole again. And the new version of yourself that you're becoming, you're never going to look back at that situation and get angry. You're not even going to look back at that situation to feed it any more energy. If you were ever to look back at that situation, it's only going to be for you to heal and move forward. Moving on. Number 2, accept the fact that we cannot change the past. A lot of times our mind will replay thoughts from past experiences, especially traumatic experiences. And while our mind is playing these thoughts, we may say, well, I could have done it this way. Or these were the few options or scenarios I could have used to get out of this situation. Maybe if I wasn't there today, I would not be in the situation today. Or maybe if I had did this, that, and the third. And the truth of the matter is, regardless of how many times we reflect back to the past, regardless of how many times we think back to past situations and experiences. We cannot change the past. We don't have a time machine, so we can't go back. But we have to keep moving on towards the future. Reflection without correction is a waste. So what do I mean by that? If you're just reflecting on a traumatic experience or a painful experience without coming up with a strategy or a goal to heal this experience, it's a waste. And you're only going to put your mind through more mental turmoil. And you nor your mind deserves this. The same way that you did not deserve the abuse or trauma that has occurred. Don't put your mind through it. Because what happens when we continue to think back to the past without ways of finding a solution, we begin to get stuck in the past. And that's exactly what your perpetrator wants. Your perpetrator would love for you to get stuck in the past. Your perpetrator would love for you to reflect back to that traumatic experience or experiences so they can continue to steal your peace, your joy, and your innocence. And how you stop that perpetrator is when you reflect back to the past, you stand with yourself and you accept this past experience has happened and I can't change it, but I will not allow this past experience to continue to haunt me, to taunt me, to bully me, to follow me, and to stop me from pursuing my dreams, my goals, and being the best versions of myself. Step 3, reprogram your mind daily and redirect your thoughts daily. And what do I mean by that? We're going to first touch on the redirecting your thoughts. Because when you go through painful experiences in life and you go through traumatic experiences in life, your mind automatically replays these experiences. Your mind will automatically replay these scenarios over and over and over again in your head. And it's not to hurt you, but it's to bring to the surface so you can heal from this situation. Now, if you decide to ignore healing and continue to push the thoughts to the back of your head, understand that these thoughts are going to your subconscious mind and it's reprogramming your conscious mind. So, for example, you are a victim of a traumatic experience and your mind continues to reflect back to that experience, not to hurt you, like I said, but to help you heal from that experience. You decide you don't even want to face the experience. You don't want to keep thinking about what happened. So you're going to push the thought to the back of your head. And what happens? Now that that thought is in the back of your head, it is now implanted in your subconscious mind. And what does that mean? That means that now subconsciously, you are reprogramming your body to think in a way that you should not think. For example, if you feel like you are not in touch with your body and you're not in touch with yourself after this traumatic experience, but instead of you sitting with that thought and sitting with that memory to heal, you push it to the back of your head. Subconsciously, you're training your mind to not be in touch with your body. So this is how traumatic experience, trauma, and abuse begins to hurt us in other areas of our life. And it just grows. No matter how many times you push that traumatic experience or that thought or that painful experience to the back of your head, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it does not stop growing until you address the elephant in the room. And how do you address the elephant in the room? By redirecting your thoughts. So when your mind plays back that scenario of the perpetrator assaulting you or violating you, you're going to stand and you're going to tell your mind, I accept the past that I cannot change. I forgive myself for feeling guilty and shameful of what this perpetrator has done to me. I allow myself room to heal and grow into the best version of myself. I will no longer allow these thoughts to occupy my mind in my day-to-day tasks that I have to get done. I will no longer curl up in a ball when these thoughts arise. I will no longer go into hiding when these thoughts arise. I will no longer run away from my family or my friends when these thoughts arise. I am facing the thought and I am telling the thought that I am in full control of my mind and I no longer want to allow these thoughts to occupy my head. And I am healing from this daily. I'm healing from this pain daily. I'm healing from this traumatic experience daily. But I'm no longer allowing that experience to control my mind. And that's what we have to get clear on. The biggest issue with redirecting your thoughts isn't that you don't want to redirect your thoughts. It's the fact that you're present enough and aware enough to understand your thoughts are continuing to feed you this experience. And when your thoughts are playing back this experience, it doesn't make you feel good. It does not make you feel well. You've played this experience thousands of times. You don't have to keep playing or replaying this experience. You're healing now. And now that experience and that pain has to go. And don't worry, like I said, at the end of this video, we're going to do a channeled exercise with you at the age that you were when this abuse or traumatic experience happened. Trust and believe. Pink Isis is going to help you heal today. It's reprogramming your mind, okay? Reprogramming your mind is so important, not even just in this aspect, it's important in every area of your life. And how do you reprogram your mind? By speaking positivity and life over your life. And I'm going to repeat that again. Speaking positivity and life over your life. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am deserving of love. I am worthy of love. I am complete. Everything that has been taken from me has been sent back to me. Everything that I have lost has been replaced and restored times 10. God has never left me. In the midst of any trouble, any trial, any tribulation, He is by my side, the same way He's standing with me today. I no longer have to carry the pain of the past. I no longer have to live in a mental imprisonment of the traumatic experience that occurred in my life that I had no control over, and that should have never occurred to me. However, I take back control and I take back power of my life today. You that are watching this video, you're taking back control and you're taking power. And if you are watching this video for someone close to you that may have gone through a traumatic experience, I salute you as well. Because it takes a lot to truly want to learn how to help someone heal from a painful experience. You speak over yourself daily. And if you don't know the words to say, sit with yourself in solitude. And when you sit with yourself in solitude, even if you just sit with yourself for 5 minutes, pay attention to what thoughts come to your mind. If you're sitting with yourself in solitude and the first thought comes to your mind of the perpetrator assaulting you, don't sit with the thought. You've been sitting with this thought. You've been allowing these thoughts to occupy your mind, occupy your headspace, and occupy your life. When that thought arises, pinpoint it and call it out. And you say, I stop allowing this thought to control my mind. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my life. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my happiness. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my sanity. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my love life. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my friendships. I have stopped allowing this thought to control my success. And the more you begin to speak over your life, the more you begin to speak over your mind, God will give you more strength. God will grant you more power. And before you know it, when you finish sitting with yourself in those 5 minutes or 10 minutes of solitude, you're going to stand up a much happier, peaceful person with a guilt-free conscience. And that's what you need. There's the song by Ariana Grande called Just Like Magic. And she goes, I keep my conscience clear. That's why I'm so magnetic. Period. Keep your conscience clear so you can be a magnet to miracles, a magnet to abundance, a magnet to love, a magnet to friendships, a magnet for everything that you want. Allow that energy to flow to you, because it's hard for abundance and positivity to flow to us when our hands are closed up like this with anger and pain from the past. So we have to open our hands and keep our hands open for the gifts of the universe and the gifts that God has for us. Next, I want to tell you guys, talk to someone. Whether you get a therapist or a psychiatrist, you need to talk to someone. And I'm going to just make this statement. I used to be the type of person, like when people went to therapists, I thought that it was something wrong. You know, I thought that they were truly going to a therapist to get help, or it was something serious going on. But I can tell you, honestly, people go to the therapist every single day, and they go a lot of times when things are not wrong. Sometimes people just need to vent. Sometimes a person needs someone else's opinion. You know, there are many reasons, but I'm going to tell you something. One of the biggest downfalls of life when it comes down to us as humans is we don't like getting help. Most of us that have gone through traumatic experiences and painful experience, especially trauma that has occurred over and over again, or multiple painful experiences, we become closed off. And that goes back to the last point. Remember what I said? Your subconscious mind begins to program your mind and program your body in a way that which you don't want. So when you're holding on to anger, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind can't fully open yourself up to love, abundance, and everything God has for us. So you have to let go, okay? But when we talk to people, it helps us energetically release, okay? You're energetically releasing every time you talk to a therapist, every time you're talking to your partner, every time you're talking to your husband or wife, every time you're talking to a friend, you're energetically releasing in a way. And you may not feel it, but you will eventually feel it. We are not meant to keep everything in, okay? Our bodies cannot physically, spiritually, emotionally, or mentally hold everything in. We're not equipped for that. We're not equipped for it. That is why it's important to have someone around you that you love. And I know a lot of us may say, there's nobody around us that we love. Let me tell you something that I've learned. There's no situation that God will put you in life where he doesn't send help, okay? A lot of times the help does not look like the help that you're looking for, but he always sends you help, okay? The next time you have that thought, I don't have any friends, I don't have any family, I don't have anyone to support me, look around closely at your circle, because you may have a supporter that's staring right in your face, and they may not look the way you want them to look. They may not be what you wanted them to be, but they're supporting you authentically. Look for that next time. And if you look in your circle, you look in your home, you scroll down your call log, and you can't find one person to have your back, one person to talk to, one person to depend on, it's time for you to get out and meet new people. But do not become a victim or prisoner of your thoughts or of the past, because that's what the enemy wants. That's what the enemy wants. He wants you to keep this traumatic experience inside. He wants you not to tell anyone. He wants you to get into relationships that continue to fail over and over again, because there's a deep-rooted cause here that has not been healed. He wants you to continue to get your heart broke over and over again because you're choosing the wrong man or you're choosing the wrong woman, because you haven't healed something that is important and detrimental to aiding your growth. But we stop that here. You know why? Because we speak our truth. I have my email address listed in the bio, PinkEgyptianIsis@gmail.com. You guys are more than welcome to email me if you just need somebody to talk to, or you just want to get something off your chest. You're more than welcome to do so. But whatever you do not try to do it all on your own. And if you're holding in a secret today about a perpetrator who has violated you, tell someone. And if you are aware of the statute of limitations in the state that you reside in, speak to someone. If the statute of limitations has not passed, report this individual. And you're not reporting this individual to be spiteful. You're reporting this individual so you can break the chain. And history does not repeat itself with another innocent person. That is why you report it. But do not keep it in. I don't care if this happened 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. Tell someone. And that is how we become free. You don't become free by keeping everything in and trying to handle it all by yourself. Again, we're not equipped to do that. Our bodies are not equipped to handle everything by themselves. Regardless, you can be the strongest person in the world. Your body, your mind is not equipped to do that. It's not. And it's not your battle to fight. Which moves me on to my next topic. Give it to God. And when I say give it to God, I mean give it to God. Release the situation. But you can only give it to God when you're truly tired of feeling alone. When you're truly tired of being tired, when you're tired of these thoughts playing on your mind, you're tired of these thoughts stealing your happiness, you're tired of playing these memories where you feel disgusting because of what this perpetrator has done to you, give it to God. As you know, a lot of us may say give it to God, but I'm gonna tell you why you need to give it to God. Because God heals instantly. So when you fall down on your knees and you pray about a situation, truly be ready to release all attachments that you have towards that situation. And in order for us to do that, we have to have faith and trust in God that He can heal us from anything. And that regardless of what this situation was, He can heal us from that too. That is what we must do. God has a very healing angelic presence. And a lot of times when you're truly, getting it all out to God and letting Him know everything, you're probably going to cry. You may start out talking and you're probably going to end up crying, but that's good. You know why? Because tears are medicine to the soul. When you're crying, that means that you're healing. When you're crying, that means you're healing. When you're speaking over yourself, you're healing. When you're speaking to others about your pain, you're healing. All of those are different techniques to heal. But God can heal anything and everything. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of us thinks that something may have been taken from us, like our innocence, our purity. But guess what? God can restore. And if you don't believe me, try this. When you are ready to truly heal and you are ready to truly let go, you get down on your knees and you pray. And you tell God everything. You tell Him what happened. You tell Him how you feel daily. You tell Him X, Y, and Z. And when you finish telling Him, you say, thank you, Father, for restoring me back to the state of being that I was when I came to this earth. But most importantly, thank you for restoring my peace, my innocence, my purity, and everything that was ever taken from me. Thank you for renewing my mind and allowing me to see me the way that you see me. Thank you for giving me a fresh new perspective on life. Because that's the thing. When you heal from a painful experience with God, trust and believe your whole outlook on life will never be the same. But it changes for the better because you appreciate so much. But not only do you appreciate, but you got a stronger connection with God. And it's unfortunate, a lot of times painful and traumatic experiences bring us closer to God, but it also brings you to your strongest self. Think about the most painful experience that you have gone through. And I can promise you this. Once you are healed from that experience, trust and believe you will become the best version of yourself. No one can stop you. There's nothing anyone can say or do to stop you because you're ready. You've gone through the darkness. And now you're back at the light. A lot of times when we go through painful experiences and we go through traumatic experiences, we want to be the one to give the perpetrator their punishment. We want to be the one to hurt them. We want to be the one to make them feel how they made us feel. But can I tell y'all something? It's not your burden. It's not your punishment to give. Can I tell you something else? God can punish someone way better than you can. Can I tell you that? And I know what it sounds like when you're angry and you're in a situation and you like, no, I want this person. Walk away. Walk away. You know why? Because again, you can't change the past. You can only change the future. Number 2, you deserve peace. And you will never have true peace and happiness as long as you allow the situation to play on your mental and guide your life. You can't. You've got to release the situation. And that's how a lot of us get caught up, because a lot of us want to punish this person. We want to hurt this person. And when we're not healed and we haven't forgiven that person, unfortunately, then we can have a problem with God, because God wants us all to forgive people and give it to God. Because when you give it to God, God grants you the ability to forgive and walk away. And pray every night for inner peace and every day for inner peace. because it doesn't come overnight and it always doesn't come easy. But pray and God will grant you everything that you're asking for. When you have inner peace, you're able to move and handle situations differently and accordingly. All right. So now that we have finished our healing techniques, now we're going to move on to a channeled experience with God. So I want everyone that's watching this video to get in a calm, peaceful, serene place. Take a few deep breaths before we dive in. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay. All right. So I have my throat chakra bell, which is going to help us to speak our truth unapologetically, but respectfully. So I'm going to ring this bell. When I finish ringing this bell, you're going to be in a calm, centered state of mind. And also when I finish ringing this bell, I will be talking to you and the version of yourself that you were when this abuse occurred. Are you ready? Let's go. Hi, welcome to this conversation. How are you? You are so beautiful and you are so handsome. You are the age that you were when this abuse first occurred. You see a door in front of you and you're walking through this door. When you open up the door, before you is a garden, a beautiful garden. You see birds that are red, blue, yellow, green, all types of different colors. There are butterflies flying all around you. The road is white, but it's colorful everywhere. The sky is colorful. Everyone's happy. The animals are running up to you. The animals want to play. You see squirrels, you see rabbits, you see all types of animals, and they're all so friendly. You have this big, big smile on your face. And you're just walking down a curvy road that's filled with hope and optimism. And before you take your first step, someone takes your hand. And when you look up to see who it is holding your hand, it's God. And he's in all white. And he has placed a gold crown above your head. And he smiles at you. And you smile back. And when you grab his hand, your whole body feels peace. And you feel happy. And you feel calm. And you feel serene. Now you and God are walking down this path. And he says, "Hey, my child, how has everything been?" And you tell God everything that's happened. And when you finish explaining to God, and you tell God everything that's happened, while you're explaining to God what happened, you become emotional and you're crying. And God stops and he looks at you and he hugs you. And he tells you that it's okay to cry, because crying is another way that you're healing energetically, to release it all, because it's no need for you to carry this pain. What I have for you is so much greater than what you've lost and what you've left. It's time for you to walk away. I want you to stand before me and tell me everything that's on your mind and everything that's on your chest. Let it out and release it. It's not your fault. You were innocent and you were still innocent. I know what happened and I believe you. But now it's time for you to start your new beginning. But before you start your new beginning, you have to hand me everything that's not serving you. You guys can pause this video if you would like at this point, because you're going to have a long conversation with God. When you are finished telling God everything that you are ready to release, you can start back the video here. Now you have told God everything that you're ready to release. You have told him the pain, the good things, the bad things, and everything that you're tired of carrying. And God has told you, I am proud of you. You are my son. You are my daughter. Congratulations. Now you are to hand me everything that you've lost, everything that was taken from you, and everything that was stolen from you. So now you hand God this large treasure chest filled with old, painful memories, traumatic memories, and things you really don't want to remember. You hand it over to God. Hand it over. Now you have given God all of your painful memories, traumatic experiences, and all of the things that you no longer want to carry. God has taken your treasure chest and disposed of it. And now we're talking. Take my hand again, and I will show you everything that I have for you. Now you look forward, and God is pointing in the forward direction. Again, you're in a beautiful, calm, peaceful, serene place where everyone and everything is happy. And you're walking down that path again with God. And there's a door. There's a white door standing in front of you. And before you open up that door, God says, I needed you to release the pain and traumatic experiences that you've gone through. I needed you to forgive the ones that have hurt you and forgive yourself. You have been a victim, but you are now a survivor, a thriver. And behind this door are all of the blessings, abundance, success, and wealth that I have for you. The reason why you did not make it through this door before is because in order to walk through this door, you must leave behind everything that's not serving you. Now that you have handed me your problems, your fears, your worries, your anxieties, I have now renewed your body, your soul, and made it like new. You no longer will carry the pain of the past. You no longer will reflect back to the past. Your mind is filled with peace, positivity, love, joy, hope, and excitement for the future. And every day you will wake up grateful and thankful that you have life and everything that you have. You will appreciate everything that you've gone through, everything you've experienced, and you now will walk through that door. When you open the door, you see everything that you've ever wanted. You see cars, you see homes. You see gifts that you had that you didn't know that you had. Spiritual gifts that you did not know you had. You see your husband, you see your wife, you see your future children, you see your success, you see yourself climbing up the ladder. And if you look straight ahead, you see a mountain. And this is a really, really big mountain. And on the top of the mountain is you, your higher self. Now your higher self is climbing down from the mountain. This is you 20 years into the future. You're climbing down from the mountain, and your higher self is now greeting you at the age you were when the abuse occurred. And your higher self tells you, hey, I am proud of you. You've made it to the top. You didn't think that you would get here, but you made it here, and we are proud. I want to let you know that you don't need to worry or stress about anything anymore. Anything that you need that you don't have, give it to God, and He will provide everything that you need and want. Believe in yourself now. You see what changes when you believe in yourself? You're in a world full of different possibilities. All of the dreams and goals you had as a child is staring you in your face. But most importantly, you're no longer shackled to the past. You can move as a free spirit and freely. Who cares what others think? You're special and you're important just the way you are. But most importantly, God loves you and you love you. In the future, you have peace, joy, love, happiness, abundance, and everything you could have ever wished for. You're happy and you're at a state of peace. And that's amazing. I'm really proud of you for getting this far with your healing and really taking those steps to heal, because as you see, in the future, we are G-O-O-D good. Thank you. And now you walk in your peace, your happiness, and your abundance. And every time you feel like you're not at peace, come back to this place and spend time there. You're safe here. Your higher self is here. Every version of yourself is here. And they all admire your growth. I am proud of you, truly. I am proud of you, and you're proud of yourself too. All right. Whew. All right, let me ring this bell one more time to calm the energies. Whew. And if you take a deep breath when that bell rings, woo, baby, listen. So today we learned some techniques to aid us in healing our inner child and our current self from sexual abuse. We have successfully completed an exercise where we call our inner child back to us and have a healing conversation and healing experience with God. I just want to say congratulations to those of you who were a victim. You are now walking away from this situation victoriously. Now, nothing or no one can steal anything else away from you. Your body is fully shielded and protected by the full armor of God. When you're in a situation or a crisis and something doesn't feel right, you trust your intuition to walk away. You now will receive insight before certain situations occur in your life to keep you out of danger. Trust your intuition and believe what you see. And keep a strong relationship with God in what you believe. You love yourself and you value yourself. You pay attention everywhere you go. And now you are able to give others healing words, positive words, or simply just a smile. You're able to assist and help aid others in their healing journey just by telling your story or explaining to them that they are not alone and that you too have experienced the same type of abuse or hurt. But look at you. You're happy, you're healthy, you're peaceful, and you're healed. So you are a walking testimony to show those that they can heal and be peaceful too. But most importantly, this situation no longer controls you. Your vibration has risen. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. I post daily Bible verses, daily affirmations, and I post a lesson 3 times a week. Now, if you guys are feeling generous and would like to leave a tip, I have my tip jar listed in the description below. I love you all, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bless.